Hey you guys, and thanks for joining the Usborne book party that I've been throwing. Thank you so much to Brianna for really organizing all of this. She's been doing an amazing job and looking up different titles for everybody based on what their kids are interested in, and I am so grateful. So thank you so much, Brianna. I just kind of wanted to show you guys some of the books that Tegan has really loved from Usborne and why I decided to put this thing together, because I never do anything like this. But I went ahead and did one this year, so I figured I would show you some of the stuff that she likes. So she absolutely loves these kinds of illustrated storybooks. So we have the Greek myths, and then we also have the Norse myths. And these things are awesome. She goes back to them all the time. She will read them for nighttime stories. There have been so many times that she sees something in a movie and then runs upstairs to go grab one of these to reference it, to check the information. And I cannot tell you how many times we have actually been proven wrong on stuff. So with Thor and Loki, we found out that Hela is actually not their sister. Hel was her name, and she was one of Loki's kids. She's actually Loki's daughter. So we found that out through this, and I was, she was trying to tell me how Hela was not his sister, and I was like, yeah, she is. She's in the movie, and no, she's really not. So, thanks for that, Usborne, because my kid totally proved us wrong while watching a movie. So that was pretty interesting. So these books are awesome. You can see inside of them, there are story pages telling you everything. There are different illustrations on different kinds of pages. Tons of awesome stuff in these things. Like I said, just all of them. And I'm really hoping to get the illustrated ghost stories, because my kid loves ghost stories. And then, okay, so obviously you guys know that I like to write and read, and this is the Usborne writing box. There are 3 different books inside of it. There is the Write Your Own Storybook, the Usborne Writing Journal, and the Usborne Creative Writing Book. So there are actually 3 different books inside of there, and each of them has different focuses as far as what it does. So the Usborne Writing Journal is actually all the lines so that you can write your story, and then the Creative Writing Book has a bunch of different prompts and stuff to kind of get them into writing and creating the stories, and then the Write Your Own Storybook tells you about how story structures and everything work, and again has those little prompts and stuff. So these are super fun. I actually got this for myself, not gonna lie, and my kid done stole it. So she's been wanting to do that this next semester, is fill all this out for her, even though I got it for me. So that's been interesting. So, okay, so that's those. And then she also has the Write and Draw Your Own Comics, which she loves this thing. It is so cool. There are tons of different things on how to, you fill it out. So it has kind of what's going on, and then you fill out the little bubbles and stuff. It is super cool, but it kind of breaks down how comics are created, and especially since graphic novels are really big right now, this has been a big hit for a lot of kids. So there's that one too. Since my kid is really good at mazes, I like to have activity stuff to kind of just keep her busy, because when you go into dinner and you want the kid out of your hair, stuff like this can help. And it is literally, it's a big book of mazes. But these are really fun. There's different kinds of setups on each one, and it is both sides of the page, so it's not just one page. I should probably clarify that as well. So like this one is a 2-page island spread. But some really cool mazes throughout this whole book. So this has been a big boredom buster, if you will. So that one's been kind of fun. Then something that's kind of educational and fun, I got the History of Science in 100 pictures. And this is cool because one of the things I really like about how Usborne puts together their books is that they have small, easy to take in amounts of information. So just little blurbs on stuff. So this one, you can see in there's little blurbs about each one. It has pictures and really cool illustrations that bring the kids in. And then you sit there and, oh, hey, Mom, did you know, blah, blah, And so it's kind of cool, and it gets the kids actually interested in it. And so she goes through here and finds something really cool, and then she wants to look it up on her computer to find out more information about it. And then it turns into a whole research project by accident. So this has been kind of cool, and that is the history of science in 100 pictures. So if you knew us before Harvey, you knew that we had a vegetable garden, and this has been one of her favorite things to look in. So Secrets of the Vegetable Garden. This one actually, you can use a flashlight, and it kind of shows you that. You can use a flashlight to see how things look underground. So it's really kind of cool, and you can shine the light through the pages. So there's this in the black and white, and throughout the book, there's just all these little instances where you can actually shine the light through things. So on one side, you know, just looks like a leaf, but if you shine the light, you'll actually see the bugs. You'll see the bugs through the leaves on the other side, and you'll see that they're hiding underneath. And so you just kind of see a little glimpse of the bug right there and right there. But when you shine the light, you see the whole shape of the bug, so you see where they're hiding. So it's cool stuff like that in the Shine a Light books, which are kind of fun, you know, for kids to sit there and look at before bed with their little flashlights and stuff. So those are really fun. We were given this book, the pressed out paper town, and kid was so excited. She put together a bunch of towns and stuff. But it's literally like those paper dolls and stuff that you used to have growing up. So you can see you literally just pop it right out of the book, and it shows you how to put the stuff together. There's people falling out. So you can see it shows you like how to put everything together, and then you can actually play with the little things. So if you're going out of town for the weekend, and you don't know what to take to the hotel to keep the kids occupied, it literally folds up into a book, y'all. So that's super helpful. One of the biggest series that Tegan has been into lately that I never really expected her to be so gung-ho about is the Gateway series. So this is about the Gateway Hotel, and there are 8 books in this series. I went ahead and got the box set, okay? So there are 8 books in this series, and it is about a bed and breakfast hotel that a family moves into, and the hotel has a gateway to other universes. So you get all these cool aliens and foreign, you know, extraterrestrials coming through the hotel, and it is just a really cool, very engaging story. I never thought that Tegan would be so into it because there really are not many pictures and stuff, but the pictures that are there really kind of pull you into it. And you know, the spacing is good, the size of the letters are good, so you know, you still have that easy to read style of print, but it does have just sporadic pictures through. So if you have a kid who still is wanting some pictures in the book that they're reading, but you know, isn't quite ready for no pictures, this is actually a really good gateway series. So yeah, so Tegan's really loved these, and all of the misadventures of what happens at the bed and breakfast has been awesome. So that has been a lot of fun to read. And we usually do these as read aloud, so I'll read this out loud. We are loving these things. There are dragons, there are like robotic mice, there's a big slug guy. I mean, it's just, there's some really cool characters in there, so that's been a lot of fun. So those are all of the, you know, kind of fun reading stuff. And then there are some books that I use for our schooling. And so I'm gonna show you some of those. Ready? So obviously, grammar and punctuation, because Mom loves to write. And I love grammar. So, and again, this all has little bite-sized pieces of information so that you just go over like one area of grammar per day. And so first you go over the types of words, so possessive adjectives. So you go over not just adjectives, but then you go over the types of adjectives. And then it has like little activities, just a very small activity. And then on the other side, it has the answers for you. Okay, so you don't have to flip to the back to get the information. You can literally sit there, and we'll do 1 page a morning and go over it, and it's something nice and easy to digest so that she can actually get the information in. So that's been fun. And then what we also do in the morning when we do our schoolwork is 1 page of this, and it's a short history of the world. So world history, it's kind of fun. It starts from, I think it starts at the first people, yeah, hunting and gathering. That's where we start. Okay, so If you know me, you know I'm not religious whatsoever, so I was kind of nervous about where it started. But it does start with kind of the Neanderthals. So that's kind of nice. And then it goes on through, and you can see, so this one, ironically enough, is ancient religions, y'all. And it just has a little tidbit about each of the different ones that they cover. Everything is kind of broken down nicely, so you can actually see the mighty Macedonians, the Alexander influence, and the rise of China are all here. So we'll do this one day, and then we'll kind of finish up with these two on the next day. So just a little bit, and I mean, it is stuff that she has just loved. And again, they then tie into the Greek and Norse myths because of what people believed at the time. So then she'll run back upstairs and go grab one of those. So that's been fun. But I have to say, one of Tegan's absolute favorite books, and I am so bummed that it's not bigger, is this one. The Science Scribble book. This kid has been loving this book. She even, okay, on the back, there's this, see the ruler? All right, so what you do is one of the first things after you like describe yourself and it talks about genetics, you hold the bottom and then you drop it and you try to see how fast you can catch it. And so every single day that she does this book, she does that over again and tries to see how quickly she can recatch the book, because you hold it in one hand and then you drop it and catch it with the other one. So it's hilarious. She loves this thing. It has cutout stuff. It has activities. There was one day that she had to cut out the piece of paper and then find a way to fit herself through it. So it had a special cutting pattern to actually unfold so that it was still one giant piece of paper, but she actually fit herself through the whole piece of paper. It was kind of cool. Ironically, here it is. So yeah, so she actually fit herself through a piece of paper. It was really cool. But yeah, and then it talks about like animal classifications and everything. Just really fun stuff. So this is actually one of her absolute favorite books, is the Science Scribble book. I wish this thing was like 5 times bigger. So, one of the ones that I got for her was, this is not another math book. And this has fun stuff too. It has patterns, it has the snowflakes and stuff where you learn how to cut snowflakes. Oh, just passed it. Oh, there you go. Cutting snowflakes. And so she did that for like 2 days, just nonstop cutting out snowflakes. But it has a bunch of different stuff. Some of them are about patterns. There's stuff about, drawing a fractal forest, because that made sense. So, but it was talking about how it was never-ending fractals, things like that. How to make cubes and stuff. Now, I do go ahead and print out some of these pages like that. So, like I made a copy of this on my printer, and then she made it, and it came out to that shape. It was pretty awesome. So she was rolling that around, showing her dad when he got home from work and everything. It's a lot of fun, just tons of cool stuff. So then it talks about overlapping. So it's also kind of art at the same time. So this was talking about overlapping and underlapping and how to make the layers so that they look intertwined and everything. So it was really cool. So it's math, but not in a traditional sense, which is fun. Now, if you do want math in a traditional sense, that's where times tables, activity books. So, and these are all activity books. And I mean that in the strongest sense, activity books. But it is straight up math, but it's actually done in a really fun way. So I have the times tables, we have fractions and decimals, and then we also have measuring things. And this is super fun because, again, it deals with, measuring plants. Obviously, Tegan's dad likes to build stuff, so he's always measuring. So she's always like, oh, I'm gonna do this just like how Daddy does. But it's really fun. And there are little quizzes throughout the working. So throughout the lessons. So you will have things where you can actually measure stuff all over. And okay, so let's look. So over here, it has a bit of information and it talks about the conversions. Okay, so then over here, she had to match the conversions together. All right, and then down here, you had to figure out which ones were the same as well. Up here, you had to find a route through the maze and go for which one was longest. And then over here, you had to figure out if they're all 10 feet long. And then, so I mean, it's fun stuff. And then there are pages with stickers. So like this one, she had to put, the riders are actually stickers. See? So she actually had to figure out which rider goes on which horse. Just really fun stuff. And then of course, here is the quiz page so you can see that it talks about different things so that she can actually kind of get a review of what it is that she's doing. So that's for the measuring things book. And then for the fractions and decimals, all right, again, it is an activity book. So there are things where you have to put the pieces of pizza onto the pizza. And you have to figure out, using these fractions, of what type of slice should be on there. They're gonna fill in the pizza according to the recipe at the bottom. So it's kind of fun. So it makes math a lot less boring when you actually have stuff to do. So there's stickers in the back that you cut out or just pull, and there's of course an answer sheet. But see, these are all stickers in the back. And so you pull the stickers that you need for that page, and then you just fill it in. But I mean, there's coloring sections of things. There's a lot of filling in things that aren't already there. So it makes things much easier to get through when your kid's like, oh, I have to go grab my markers so I can paint some chairs. I mean, just cool stuff like that. So anyway, I know this is a super long video, but this is just like a tip of the iceberg of some of the things that we love about Usborne. There's fun stuff for things just, you know, for the fun of it. And then there's other stuff if you're looking for a more academic approach. There's stuff for story time. There's stuff for read alouds. There's stuff so that your kid can read by themselves. But there's so many different things on every single topic. I mean, literally every single topic. And you can go as academic or as fun as you want. So, I mean, have fun, you guys. Thank you again so much for being a part of this. I just absolutely love their books. I never thought I would be this into like a series of books, but especially when it comes to kid books, it's very difficult to find stuff that as parents we're like, yeah, that's worth their time. So, you know, when you find stuff like that, it's just really cool. So, thank you again. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know down in the comments below which book was your favorite, which one you have liked so far. I would love to hear from you guys, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.